So to hold the single-handed sword, you're going to line up the Y shape of your hand with the cross guard of the sword so that it's just in line like so. You curl 3 fingers around like this. If you have a complex hilt like this, you can put 1 finger through the ring. You can also, if it's more comfortable for you, put 2 fingers through the ring. It really depends on the size of your hand, the size of the ricasso, which is this part of the sword here, and just how it fits in your hand. The key thing you want is to have the heel of your hand supporting the weight of the sword. So really, I am just holding this sword with my middle finger here and the heel of my hand. The rest of the fingers are just there for added support, and then I can use my little finger when it's closed to sort of make my sword go up and down like that. With the longsword, the idea is the same. I'm going to line up my hand so that the quillion or cross guard here is in line with the Y of my hand, and you'll notice my hand is on a diagonal here. Now I don't have my finger over because there's no complex hilt here to protect my hand, so my hand has to be behind the guard. You see my thumb is at an angle. I don't want to be choked up on the guard like this. This is what we call a hammer grip, and it's really clunky and awkward. I don't have much finesse with this. If I bring my hand back a little bit, not only does that protect my hand from blows that come right down into the cross guard, it makes my hand much more nimble, and I can actually move this quite heavy sword around quite easily and with a lot of finesse. Another way to look at that is if you just put your sword on the ground. I'll back up a bit here so you can see it. Put your sword on the ground and then just put your hand on top like so, and then bring it up, and you've got your correct grip here. For your second hand, you're just going to put your thumb and index finger around as far down on the handle as you can, and then just curl your hands around the back. So my hands are lined up here, so you can see if I put my hands down like this, my back hand disappears behind my front hand. I don't want to be holding the sword like this. This is very awkward, and I'm not going to be able to generate a lot of power or finesse this way. So really get those hands behind each other, and this allows you to use the pommel of the sword as a lever, so that I can actually, all I'm doing is holding the sword, balancing it on my right hand and moving it around with my left. So both hands work together when using a long sword, a two-handed sword of any kind, and you're working the pommel hand as much as you are the main sword hand, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. If you're left-handed, left hand goes on top, right hand on the pommel.